Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Our Blessed Family. My name is Amy, and we're a small family of 3 that lives in the Four Corners area. So today is kind of a heavy topic for me. I did promise that I would do a video on my testimony. There are things that I don't want to talk about because I don't feel that it is appropriate for children. My own kid doesn't know everything, and she does watch my channel, so I will not be saying everything, okay? Mind you, we did have, I did know Jesus when I was younger. Let's put it that way. I did know Jesus. When I was 23, I was dating this guy who I thought was the love of my life, but turned out to not be. But we got married, and there was abuse in the marriage. The marriage only lasted 3 months, and then he left. And I got a divorce. Well, like 4 years later, I did meet the love of my life, the one who God intended for me to be with, and that was Cam. And we met, and we weren't living for the Lord. We knew the Lord. We would go to church, but we weren't living for the Lord like we are now. He was going to a church up here, and then when I moved up here, I started going to it too. But then we never became members of it, and we just quit going, to be honest. And then and we had Ireland. Like, I had moved back to Texas, as I said previously in my other video, to save mine and her life. So I did move back to Texas. Cam did move down there, and we weren't going to church regularly down there. But that's when we had to lean on God. We had to trust Him, because my life was at risk, and our daughters, and it was hard to go through that, and not know if either one of us would make it out. But we had to pray, and we had to lean on God. And then after we had her, and we still weren't going to church regularly. And then that summer, I had Ireland in January. Found out in August that I was pregnant. I had my 6-month post-op appointment. Found out I was pregnant. Found out I was losing that baby. All at the same time. And so that was hard. And then Cam lost his job. We were moved back up here, and we had to lean on God again. Then that December, I found out I was pregnant. I waited to tell anyone. We didn't want to tell no one because we wanted to wait till we knew the baby was going to live or not. And I miscarried again that February. I was about 8-9 weeks pregnant, and we were headed back down to Texas to go do a visit with my family and stuff, and I miscarried on the drive down. I had to lean on God again. because once again, my life could have been at risk because of the fact that I had the miscarriage, and let's just say I miscarried in February and had to have a partial hysterectomy at 29 years old that June. So I couldn't have no more babies, and I had to lean on God once again, because it was like, well, I had to go through that. And then my health turned bad after that, and so we had to once again lean on God. Well, a few years down the road, Cam's best friend, who is now passed on, but at the time he was still alive, and he was like, well, y'all need to come do Passion Play with us. Before Cam could even say no, I said yes, we are going to do it. Which the Passion Play is the crucifixion and the resurrection of Jesus, like the whole Easter story. So that's when our world really changed. And our faith changed. So we didn't realize there was this guy there, and he's like, oh, y'all come to my church. Y'all are coming to my church. We didn't realize that he was the pastor of Cam's mom and dad's church. So we started going there. And we started getting in the Word, and Cam and me both were praying about getting baptized. Well, I had already been baptized. But when I got baptized, at the first time, I didn't understand it. And so the second time I got baptized, I understood it, and I understood it, and I wanted it this time more than anything. And so me and Cam got baptized together. And then my health still went up and down quite a bit, like it does. And I had this feeling in July 2021 that we needed to get back in, like we needed to get in our Bibles. We needed to start reading. Sorry, there's a glare on my glasses, but it's, yeah. So it was, we need to start reading our Bible. We need to get back into the Word more. We need to do all this, right? Because I didn't know what was coming, but I knew something big was coming. Sure enough, it did. We found out my nephew had cancer. And that was the end of July, 1st of August. And then after that, we found out that in October I had COVID. But mind you, let's back up a little bit. So May of 2021, I forgot to mention this because it's kind of a part of it too. May 2021, Cam's mom had a stroke. It was a mild stroke. She got, you know, her speech back and her like movement back and stuff like that. So we had to lean on God then. And then we found out about our nephew. Had to lean on God again. Well, at that time in July, I kept feeling like this urge to not wear jeans anymore, to wear skirts to honor God, and that's what I chose. Or yeah, pretty much that's what I chose, because nobody told me I had to, but I had a feeling that I should. Sorry if the camera's shaky. And it was, you know, my decision, my choice, and I chose to, and that's how I honor God. So that is a part of my testimony, and that is part of where I changed the way I was looking at things, and the way what I was wearing, and stuff like that. And then that glare. Sorry guys, There we go. That's better. And then everything that happened with Josh, and then everything that happened with my mother-in-law, and then October of 2021 hit. I tested positive for COVID, winded up with COVID pneumonia, winded up in a coma for 8 days. Scary stuff. Thought I was gonna die, but the whole time God was like, I could feel God's presence, and I could hear God's voice saying, I'm not done with you. You're going back. You just need to rest. Your body just needs to rest. And coming out of the coma, I had to lean on God. Oh, did I have to lean on God? Because you hallucinate so bad. And you're very angry after coming out of a coma. Because you don't understand. Like, your brain cannot comprehend what is going on. So therefore I had to lean on God once again. And I had that urge again that we need to get back in our Bibles. We needed, I needed to do something for me. And like, I just kept feeling like, okay, you need to find your place. You need to find strength in your faith. And so I kept going to church, we kept going to church, and we still are. Sorry, got my hand in the camera. I have started wanting to go to like women's conferences. I've been to 2 so far that's been in our area, and I just felt the need to be around more people that have the same beliefs and have the same, like, the same strength in their faith. Let's put it that way. And then my best friend, Kathy, I was like, oh wait, she does Bible studies. I need to do this. So I started every Tuesday trying to make it to Bible study. She goes live on her channel, and I will tag it down below so that way y'all can go over to her live. It's every Tuesday and every Thursday right now. We're doing 2 Bible studies. But it was like, I need that. I need to go to a Bible study that I can get something out of, that my spirit can get fed. And I don't mean fed by food. I mean fed by love from God. I mean by feeling like I belong. Just things like that. And to strengthen my faith. Like, really strengthen my faith. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to keep doing Bible. I'm going to keep doing Bible. Well, I went to a conference back in January. Yeah. That the owner of Ireland's Dance Studio. Sorry, I'm cutting off my head. There we go. Oh, that ain't no better, but it works. The owner of Ireland's Dance Studio was putting on at her church. Fell in love with the church. Fell in love with being in a place where I felt like I fit in and I could grow as a Christian and grow as a mom and a wife, and just that sense, So, me and Cam have talked about it, and I am going, like, we're going to start going to that church too. Well, me and Ireland are going to be going 2 Sundays a month. Cam's only going to be going 1, because on the 3rd Sunday of every month he has his RC competitions. And that's kind of his way of being out in nature and being one with God. He loves to RC, he loves being out in nature, and that's his time, and that is fine. Just like Ireland is to dance, and that is fine. Mine is to do what I do. And then, like, we've just, like, and we're still going to go to the Church of Christ. It's just, I don't feel like I fit in. I don't feel like I was getting fed anymore. And it's hard to say that because I've been there for so long. We've been there since Ireland was 4 or 5 years old. So we've been there 6 years, maybe 7 years. So it's hard. And I know that, like, people aren't going to understand it, and that's okay. They don't have to understand it because it's my faith. It's my need. I'm the one that wanted to do that. But the best thing I did was get back in my word. You know, get baptized. You know, stay in the word. Get around people who are Christians and believe in the same things I believe in. Because this world doesn't have that. If you put your faith in the world, it's going to go nowhere. But if you put your faith in God, you're going everywhere. And you're going to go to heaven. So I hope this helps someone. If you ever need prayer, let me know. I am going to start linking my email. So if you need to have me pray for you and you don't want everyone knowing, that is fine. Email me and I promise I will pray. And yeah, y'all come over to Kathy's, to her Bible studies. I just have not gotten there yet to be brave enough to do a Bible study on my channel yet. But it is something I am praying about and something I hope that will happen. But yeah, so I will talk to y'all in the comments. Like and subscribe. Bye.